A little bit of line-out tennis, but then safely gathered by Siroli. But again, Ponty lose that vital ball, and really, that's where they're losing this game at the moment. Well, if you can lose a game, you're leading by a point. Quinnell in the final minute of the first half, and Llanelli will have a chance to go ahead as the tackle came off the ball.
Well, there's a chance for Llanelli now to get back in front, but I think a little slip there. Gareth is right, because it does feel as if Pontypridd should be losing this game, because Llanelli playing most of the football and have had most of the chances.
That turnover possession, which is increasing as the game goes on, is putting Pontypridd under immense pressure.
I also think, Gareth, that Pontypridd are missing far too many first-up tackles. I think they've probably missed more in this half than they have in the last 5 or 6 games. And when you've got people like Quinnell running at you, Lee Davis, Fino, you cannot afford to do it.
Stephen Jones has no problem at all with that kick, and that restores Llanelli's lead. They go back in front for the second time. 11-9, minute of injury time only to go.
Well, the Llanelli fans looking pensive. They know they can rely on Stephen Jones, who's got a fantastic success rate with the goal kick for Llanelli. Puts them back in the lead, I think rightly, on the balance of play where they should be.
And Stephen Jones, the goal kicker, becomes Stephen Jones the pressure reliever, but doesn't find touch. Michael Owen is the one back there. Brett Davey looks to the far corner. Barry Davis over in anticipation, drills it downfield, and good sensible percentage play from the Llanelli fullback. Llanelli's defence hasn't really been tested, and once again Barry Davis had oceans of time on the ball, and he could just pick out this spot.
Yeah, both sides know, Gareth, under a minute at half-time. They're just happy to play the clock down and get into that changing room.
Certainly, as far as Pontypridd are concerned, as they're down in their own half. Paul John. Wyatt got up there well. Oh, good support from Evan Davis, and excellent control under pressure. Again, they're not cleaning the ball out as they want to, and they can't get the ball away from breakdown. And that is the end of the first half. A slightly disappointing first half. We were expecting big things from both teams. The occasion got to them somewhat. A bit of niggle, a bit of an undercurrent, a lot of handling errors, and the element of creativity coming from Llanelli in getting the one try of the afternoon. Brett Davies' boot keeping Pontypridd in the hunt as well, and at half-time it's Llanelli who lead by 11 points to 9.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Gareth, that Llanelli deserved that lead at half-time. They've looked the more likely side, they've scored the only try. But as you said, it's been a disappointing game. The battle in the scrum has led to indiscipline, penalties. It's not a classic by any stretch of the imagination, but both sides go in now knowing that, you know, if they can find a bit of form in the second half, the cup is still there for the taking.
Just the one try. We're hoping for a better spectacle in the second half, certainly. A lot of commitment out there, but it's a story of mistakes in the first half. And it's Llanelli who hold the lead by 11 points to 9.
A narrow lead then for the Scarlets, but it was Pontypridd who went ahead. Penalty from Brett Davey after 9 minutes. Stephen Jones replying after 17, 3-all. Then the try coming for Lee Davis, bursting through the tackle of Matthew Nuttall. 8-3 to the Scarlets. Brett Davey pulling back another 3 points for Pontypridd, 8-6, and then his third penalty, 9-8 to Pontypridd after 29 minutes. But Stephen Jones having the last word for Llanelli. 3 more points. Half-time then, 11-9 to Llanelli. Well, boys, there we are, half-time. Not quite the spectacle perhaps we'd anticipated. Lynn, what have you made of that first half?
I think it's an intensive game, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's as I mentioned at the start of the line-up game with Llanelli has been a huge influence on matters as far as Pontypridd are concerned. And the main difference between the two sides is that Llanelli have done their homework and they're tackling hard on the main ball carriers, influential people on Pontypridd, whilst Ponty are not doing it on Llanelli, and Ponty found the game line quite difficult to get to and get their game going.
Ian, I think Gareth Simmons has been a little too instrumental for you, hasn't he, in that first half?
Yeah, he has, but I just find that Llanelli are the side that have been playing the rugby, really. They've breached the advantage line many times, and I think they're unlucky not to get 1 or 2 tries, a little bit of indecision. Whereas Ponty, they haven't made too much inroads when they've got the ball, and they're basically gained ground from kicks and the penalties, and Llanelli let themselves down with giving away penalties and turnovers. So I think if they get that right, I think if they keep playing like that, they're eventually going to break through and score more tries.
Well, they did score 1. Let's have a look at that try now. It came after yet another turnover. Lynn, what did you make of this?
That's good play by Scott here, isn't it? Oh, he's dangerous in these situations. This is exactly where you don't want Scott Quinnell. He's eaten up 4 or 5 defenders here. Nice quick ball. Everybody's dream, isn't it? And there again is Lee Davis putting in another good pass. And again, here's the key to it all. Yeah, passing out to the contact once, twice, and here's the third time coming up just before the contact there, and it's just keeping the ball alive, and you just can't sort any defence out from that. Mevin's a bit slow on the defence here, on the slide defence, but it's good play by Llanelli. And
great dummy there by Madden, and when it comes out here, then
again out to the contact again.
I think probably a little bit of a soft tackle there. Young Nuttall could have probably pushed him out, but that is the type of rugby that, as we said from the beginning, Scott's having a great game as far as I'm concerned. I think he was involved 3 times in that move, but if Llanelli keep playing this way and don't have the ball turnover, they're very hard to stop then.
That missed tackle there by Nuttall, you'd be perhaps a little annoyed if that was one of your wings who hadn't put him into touch?
Well, I think he could have made more of the tackle, but he's a youngster and it's probably the experience he's going to gain, but also playing against an experienced player. But I would have thought that could have been pushed into touch there.
Mm-hmm. Well, exactly. He's still young, isn't he, Matthew Nuttall, and one-on-one situation. He's got the touchline right next door to him. Just going to improve his technique, and when that happens next time, he really has got to be forcing his man into the touchline rather than suck in and try and hold the man in play.
Llanelli perhaps a little disappointed, you think, at half-time not to be further ahead. They have had most of the play, haven't they?
Especially in that first half, they made a lot of mistakes, and as I said, they gave away penalties, silly penalties sometimes, but also turnovers. And they seem to be getting pinned in the front row. Some of those can always be a 50-50 call. But I think it's a typical cup final, a lot of pressure, a lot of nerves. But if they settle down and play that type of rugby, I think Ponty are going to be up against it. But Ponty have their field kicking, and obviously their kicking at poles have been very good, and their defence has been quite good at times.
OK, let's go down to Stuart, who I think is with Gary Jones, the Ponty team manager.
Thanks very much, Graham. Gary, what are the thoughts in the Pontypridd camp on that first half?
At the moment, just been in there with Lynn and Stella, they're talking to him now. I think the players at the moment, the old occasion, they're a little bit tense, so I'm starting to play enough rugby at the moment. Lynn is going about his way of sorting them problems out now. I think the second half will come out. I don't think we'll give them so much space. We'll get our game plan going as well. I think our driving line will probably start to come back into the second half, and hopefully we can pinch the result.
It is tight out there, but you have two sides that enjoy the continuity and the pace and the phase play. Perhaps it'll open up second half.
Well, that's what we hope. I don't know whether the pitch is going to sap their legs at the moment, but I would imagine the last 20 minutes gaps will appear, and then perhaps we'll see some more tries running.
If it stays tight, you've got a match winner, Brett Davies, going well for you.
Oh, definitely. It's always a bit of skill again. Now saved the day with his try number there, where they had 3 on. I think it was 3 on 2, where he just put the ball out of the air. You know, because we were hands over our eyes then, because we thought it was another try. But saved the day and got us up the field, and like I say, saved the day.
Thanks for talking to us, Gary. Good luck second half.